measuring tool, and our least precise that we will cover in this class, is the scale. In your ITL, it was referred to as a rule. That is correct. In aviation, though, we refer to this as a scale. This particular model is a 12-inch scale. It's very common to have a 6-inch scale, and they come in 12, 18, 24, 36, and get very expensive very quickly because this is a precision measuring tool, believe it or not. The difference between a scale and a ruler, besides the lovely color, is that a ruler does not go to the end of the tool. As you can see right here, there's a portion of the tool that extends past the last marking. On a scale, they go directly to the end. Now then, can anybody tell me why we do not use the end of the scale? It is no longer a precision instrument, is it not? And you're going to drop these. It happens. So we always burn an inch, which means we will start measuring at the 1 as opposed to the edge of the scale because it will make it more accurate. Can anybody tell me why we only use the 100th of an inch on a scale? Well, let me help you out here. That's 100th of an inch. The 100th of an inch is as small as your eye can see. And in many cases, as you get older, you can't even see that close. So that's why a scale is limited to a 100th inch. You will also notice most of our scales do have 16ths and 32nds on the back, or 32nds and 64ths. That's fine, but that's not the measuring system that we use for this class. We will break this down into the 100ths of an inch. Okay, if you'll look up here, I've given an approximation of a scale. Numbers are arbitrary, 2 to 3 inches. If I divide a inch, 1 inch, by 9, each one of these lines would be worth how much? 1/10 of an inch. 0.10. Or 0.1 is a 10th, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 lines. How many spaces? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 spaces. 9 lines, 10 spaces. So 10 equal spaces, divide 1 inch into 1/10 of an inch. So if I divided 1/10 of an inch, if this measurement, if I told you this was 1/10 of an inch now, the 1/10 of an inch is divided into 100th of an inch, the same way equally. 10 spaces, 9 lines. That's why we use equal spacing, not the number of lines. It helps avoid confusion. Now then, to read some numbers. If I was going to read on a scale, and I told you I had a dot right there, you would tell me that that is where the 3, and I told you that these are how much each? These are 1/10 of an inch each. So 2/10, 3/10. This is going to be hundredths. We would have 0.34. not, because this tool only measures to the 100th of an inch. If my dot had been over here between the 4 and the 5, it would not be 3.45. It would simply be 3.4. This applies to all measurement tools. You cannot imply a number greater than the tool will measure to. And when you pass a number, and you have not got to the next number, you will always be the number that you passed. Nothing further. Yes?
So on a scale, if the dot does land between the two numbers, are you rounding down every time?
You round down every time because you have not crossed that threshold. You're at 3.4. You have not crossed the threshold to 3.5. That's very, very important, and that works for